by the side. And there's the Grand Teton. Here's some wonderful tourists.
Hi.
Smile, people, you're in my video.
It's a great place.
It is, dude.
That shot right.
Here we go, walk around here. See the lake? They say the lake's about 200 feet deep. There we go. You can see how fast that lake drops off into depth. A couple of feet deep, and then just a few feet out there, it goes all the way out to 200 feet deep. Very nice. There's Mount St. John right up there above us. I believe this closest one there is Mount Owen, and then that's the Grand Teton, the back one with the snow on it.
There's a canoe out there. I don't suppose anybody here has a little Honda Acura from California? No?
No. Somebody parks like a tourist. Doesn't that just suck? I do believe I see a boat out there on that lake. There we go. Looks like someone's having a boat tour. You can see why the ancient mountains were treated as temples by the ancients. You can also see why the concept of the water of life was understood to be associated with them. There's always water around the mountains. Forms of lakes and rivers running down them, and gullies and glaciers. The mountain's the highest point between heaven and earth, and waters of life are right there. I wonder if that's where the concept of the tree of life in the garden came from, too. After all, this is a garden paradise. All you have to do is look out there. Plenty of wildlife. Wouldn't you love this to be your backyard? They say the ground's about 13,000 feet tall. Pretty big. See, the lake goes way back and over there. There's another outlet way out on the south end. I'm up here on the north end. The outlet's over there on the south end. It's a pretty big lake. There's an enormous amount of water in it. There we go. Is there someone water skiing or just boating? I'm out here on Jenny Lake, right below the Grand Teton National Park, the mountain of God. All mountains are the home of God. Mountains anciently were considered temples. Oh, I'm standing right in an ant pit too. Boy, the stuff I do to make a good video for you people never ceases to amaze me. William J. Hamblin and David Rolfe Seeley have written the most extensive, excellent text on Solomon's Temple, Myth and History. This is in Thames and Hudson. They just wrote it a couple years back, 2007. Here's what they say about the cosmic mountain, the idea, the theme of the cosmic mountain. Temples were considered embodiments of the cosmic mountain, a high place of the universal preeminence. And I'll tell you what, there is preeminence right there. There is preeminence right there. There is a high place right there. Grand Teton. This connected the heavens and the earth, and this is often where the gods dwelt. The idea of the cosmic mountain, a place where humans ascended, and gods descended to meet them. Can you imagine ascending that? Often reflected in the names, Mesopotamian temples as Kur, called the mountain house. The name of Enlil's temple at Nippur, Dur-An-Ki. This is the bond of heaven and earth. The typical form of Mesopotamian temple was the ziggurat, of course. And there's one of the most natural ziggurats you'll ever see right there. I'm standing right below it, the Grand Teton. That's pretty impressive ziggurats right there. Natural made. They were an architectural representation of the cosmic mountain as a large stepped tower with a stairway, and the theme was leading to the heavens. The Temple of Solomon, echoing Mount Sinai, was also known as the Holy Mountain, according to Psalm 48:1, or the Mountain of the Lord's House in Isaiah 2:2. Worshippers often spoke of ascending the mountain of the Lord when they went to the temple. This is the theme of these magnificent mountains with temples. They were often associated with the waters of life, usually among mountains, as here on the Grand Teton National Park. I'm right here at Jenny Lake. You can see the lake where the glaciers formed the mountain, formed the waters of life, the trees of life. They're all associated in this cluster of imagery because that was the natural situation that they found in nature, especially considering the highest spots on the planet, which was the mountains. That was on page 10. And page 11, they show a picture of the ziggurat of the ancient Mesopotamians. I've got a better ziggurat to show you right here, however. The mountains were often associated with the stream of life, the waters of life, the rivers of life, because as the glaciers melted, of course, they ran down the rivers, just as you're seeing here on the Tetons. And of course, that produced lush gardens. This is the theme of the Garden of Eden, with the 4 rivers running out of the Garden of Eden. God walking in the cool of the day in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were planted in the temple of God, originally, in the garden. They were designed to live forever, but they fell. And through their fall, hence we have the need for an atonement of the Savior. This is the theme of the temples. The ascent to on high to get closer to God so that we could return to His presence. That was the theme. That's what the mountains symbolized. That's what they signified. That's why Nephi went in the mount to make his prayer. He ascended into the highest point so that he could make his prayers known to God and receive his revelation so that he could guide his people into his promised land, which is here in the Americas. And the theme of the waters of life is, of course, rejuvenation.